I mean, it's just absolutely insane. This case just keeps getting more odd and odd by the second. There is a brand new video now that was just posted literally 25 minutes ago by Savannah Guthrie. Here it is. It's completely different than the very somber, quiet, morose mood where they were all three together. This is her. And by the way, this is the first video she's ever posted that is a direct plea to the public rather than the people, the perpetrators or whoever suspects who issued the ransom notes. Watch.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
Holy macadamia nut. That is a complete 180 from the tone and mood of Savannah Guthrie's post, her video with her family, her sister and her brother. And I'll share that with you in just a second too. By the way, if you missed my video yesterday of how I kind of, again, through just my own sort of perspective and my own analyses, not verified or factual, connected Epstein to this, I'll leave a link to that video in the pinned comment, also in the description and show notes. And I'm going to play for you a couple of videos to give you a side-by-side, but that is a complete 180 from yesterday. Here's what we know so far. So this is the latest. There's no suspect or person of interest identified. I've got two law enforcement experts that I'm going to share with you what they think is happening and going on, and you don't want to miss this. Blood was found on the porch and it was Nancy Guthrie's. Friday, there was a vehicle towed from Nancy Guthrie's home. Authorities visited Tucson, a Circle K, about a tip regarding a vehicle of interest. And then police searched a manhole at Nancy Guthrie's home. So here is some video footage of that. And a lot of people, even experts, are saying it was very strange that they weren't wearing gloves and there were no shoe coverings. There's been a lot of criticism about the Pima County law enforcement officials and authorities handling this case, that they really kind of screwed this up from day one. They're doing all sorts of criticism and judgment on this poor sheriff guy who was caught at a basketball game, saying it lacked a sense of seriousness and urgency. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But based on what this happened yesterday and the video that they posted, I made the assumption, and based on kind of educated guesses, that that Nancy Guthrie was no longer alive. But this video that Savannah posted today is the complete opposite. So it just adds even more like boop to this whole entire boop show. It's absolutely insane. Watch this.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
So, I mean, you can see the disparity there. I mean, that is a completely different mood, atmosphere, vibe, persona, a complete 180. We went from, we understand your letter, we accept it, we will pay, just give us to her, which assume everybody, I think everybody, what do you think, assumed she wasn't alive. And the reason she said celebrate, why else would you say celebrate? Meant that they wanted her, at least her remains, to give her a proper burial and a proper, celebration of her life and what have you. It's completely different than what she said today. I want to share this. A former FBI top official doubts whether Nancy Guthrie's disappearance was actually a kidnapping. So this is a former FBI official who's raising doubts. He says, I'm very skeptical of this. His name is Chris Swecker. He was a former FBI assistant director. Is this really a kidnapping? Look at this right here. He says, is this really a kidnapping? Does somebody really have her, and is she really alive? He says, if this was a kidnapping, it would be a very simple matter to authenticate and provide proof of life. He says you have to allow for the possibility that this was something more or something other than a kidnapping. Hence, maybe my Epstein video yesterday, connecting the dots. You don't want to miss that. He also pointed out that why did it skyrocket from 1 million to 6 million, which just adds a whole new cloud of mystification to this entire case. They bumped it up. It wasn't like 2 or 3. It was 6. Why 5 more? I mean, it makes no sense in just a matter of days. I agree with that. Because remember, it was 1 million not too long ago. All of a sudden, it's 6. I really think there's a third party here that's just playing with them. Opportunists who think they can exploit this situation. So there's been 2 purported ransom messages. Nobody's seen them since Nancy Guthrie vanished. The first one was sent to multiple media outlets, including TMZ, which is really strange. And then I found this bizarre video. Savannah Guthrie, wait till you see this, called Senator Mark Kelly before she called the police. What? Watch this.
Well, I first learned of it, before it was public. Savannah called me, because she knows I live here. And then I called the sheriff, and I called the Tucson police chief. So that was, that was mid-afternoon on Sunday. And Savannah was on the way to the airport to fly here. And obviously rather upset. So I've been doing whatever I can do. She's a friend. I've known her, and I just want to be there to support her. And I could hear. I didn't have much information, but I could hear, how stressful of a situation this was for her. But this case is in very capable hands with the sheriff and with the FBI, and I know they're doing everything they can.
As if this case couldn't get more bizarre and weird, Savannah Guthrie calls a mutineer, act of sedition, treasonous swine, Mark Kelly, and he calls the sheriff. Like, what wouldn't, I mean, if it was my mom, which first of all, and I said this in my other video too, I don't understand why you would make an 84-year-old, you make your 84-year-old mother, which nobody knows about this Uber driver. Nobody's talked to this Uber driver. There's no reports who this guy is. What did he see? What did he hear? Was there something suspicious? Nobody knows. Why would you have an Uber driver with your millions and millions spreading vile hate and misinformation on your woke apparatus media site, NBC? Why would you have an Uber driver pick up your 84-year-old mother? I mean, let me know in the comments. Am I nuts, or is that just crazy? I mean, I'd be like, I'm going to come pick you up, Mom. Don't worry about it. I'll drive you. We'll take care of it. Let's keep this in the family. It makes no sense. And then you call Mark Kelly before you call the cops. And where is the driver? Everything is just crazy. Ex-Arizona SWAT chief reveals what Guthrie cops will now be doing to track Nancy down. A former Arizona SWAT commander revealed that what cops hunting for Nancy Guthrie will now be doing as the evening's deadline for a 6 million Bitcoin ransom fast approaches is this. So they will be going back over a lot of their previous leads again, interviewing individuals again, checking all the cameras that we have on buildings, intersections, and things like that. I guarantee, he says, they're following up on every lead they're giving. As it relates to those timeframes, as we get close, you get more and more concerned that the note is legitimate. 5 p.m. today is the ransom is in danger and is legitimate, and the abductee, which in this case is Nancy Guthrie, is in danger and more concerned with how we can safely rescue them as opposed to how legitimate. It isn't like the old days when you would dump a bag of money at a certain place. Kidnappers have to give some information. They actually have the victim, whether it's a photo, a video, a conversation. On the tactical side, the cops are going to have a plan to track the kidnappers down. We're going to treat them as if the hostage is there. If they are lying, they are essentially facilitating a kidnapping. So this guy, Krieger, he's worked on investigations into the attempted assassination of Arizona Rep. Gabby Giffords in 2011. He also said local cops have much better knowledge of what's going on in the community, but that relationship with the FBI is hugely important, and that's probably how Nancy Guthrie's case is going to be solved. You guys remember this side-by-side comparison I shared with you in yesterday's video? I'm going to play it for you one more time, and then I'm going to tell you what I think is really what might really be happening. I would, again, highly recommend you go see that video. But the first video is the very first post by Savannah and her family talking to the abductors. The second video is a clip from the 90s monster hit with Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster, Silence of the Lambs. Watch.
She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
Okay, maybe you guys don't remember this or not, but the very first suspects, quote unquote, they still say they have no suspect, was Annie Guthrie's husband, who you see pictured here on screen right now. Annie Guthrie is sisters with Savannah, and this is Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law. That was the original suspect, and then they kind of said, no, it's not. We found nothing. Now, apparently, according to that law enforcement officer who I just shared with you, the SWAT team, what they're going to do now, perhaps they're going to go back other this lead. I found something interesting, and I know this could be a reach, and I'm well aware, and I'm going to admit this firsthand. It's nothing substantive or concrete, but it's just one of those things that's digging into my chest. Call it a huge super hunch that I have, and I have to share this. Okay, so Nancy Guthrie's daughter, Annie Guthrie, wrote this book of oracular poetry. She believes herself to be a Wiccan oracle. This case is just getting started down a filth-ridden spiral of leftist debauchery and disdain. So here is the title of her book. It's called The Good Dark. But here, this is where I kind of feel, and that's why the thumbnail, you can see the arrow pointed at Annie. This little snippet, I feel, says so much. I want you to watch her body language in that video yesterday where Savannah was saying the weirdest, most cryptic, message of all time about celebrate, and we understand, and we're willing to pay, which is, demonstrably different than her video today. I want you to watch this. I'm going to zoom in, look at her face, watch the body language, and then I'm going to talk about it. Check it out.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Okay, it looks to me like Annie Guthrie, call me crazy, but I'm going to play it one more time, but it looks to me like she's working herself up to display emotion and remorse. And you shouldn't have to have a system or have to try to work yourself up emotionally if this is real, not a hoax. If you're not involved, you were the first suspect. Your husband was the first suspect. You've got kind of a weird past. They just bought a home that a lot of people are saying, how did they afford that financially? There's a lot of reports, I can't confirm or deny, that they're in financial straits, that maybe this is financially motivated. Why? Tell me why you would have to do this. Watch it one more time.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Call me crazy. I don't know. There's something going on. There's something weird about the husband, something weird about this daughter and sister, Annie Guthrie. Something about the videos doesn't make sense. The Silence of the Lambs doesn't make sense. The Epstein connection doesn't make sense. Well, that makes maybe a little more sense. And that video will be coming up again. It's pinned in the pinned comment, but also put at the end cards too. I don't even know what to do. This is literally playing out like a live Netflix true crime documentary. And it's absolutely perplexing every way imaginable. Stay tuned. You know your boy Nez is always going to keep you in the loop and give you the scoop first and pronto. Make sure you subscribe, follow, tap that thumbs up. Here's the video right here. Go watch this. If you haven't seen this, go watch this right here next. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. Turn on the bell notification so you never miss out. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.